Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for Monday, January 3rd, 2022. Another really great streaming day. Got a lot done today. A major, very chill stream of Skyrim Anniversary Edition, where we did a unique mix of stuff. I actually was working on getting to the Greybeards, ended up doing a bunch of side content on the way there, then did get to the Greybeards, had fun conversations with them, and advanced the plot, learning the new shouts and everything. Just good stuff all around, a really great session. And then on top of that, I ended up doing a bunch of the stuff that's Anniversary Edition content, including unlocking a brand new house that apparently everyone is saying is basically like the best house you can get in the game, and fought a bunch of zombies. Yeah, zombies who weren't even in the original Skyrim. That was kind of neat. So it was a really good session. Also premiered a new animation over the course of the day. Another Skyrim animation. We now have 2 Skyrim animations on the stream. This is so awesome. We're only on the 3rd day of the year. We already have 3 new animations for the year. Really cool, okay? The late stream was the conclusion of Lost Judgment. And even though the beginning of the stream was frustrating because somehow it managed to not select the save file that was the latest one, and I had to basically turbo through 2 hours of gameplay in about 10 minutes by skipping all the cutscenes, we still got to the end. We got to the finale. We ended up beating the game, even at extra time after I beat it, to talk a little bit more about the game and how I was going to cover it moving forward. It was a great finale. I really liked the conclusion of Lost Judgment, so I hope you'll check it out, especially if you were following that playthrough for a good 3.5 to 4 months. It really ended on a high note, I felt. So good stuff all around. Another great streaming day. Support was great. No complaints from me at all. Another awesome day to 2022. Now, tomorrow is my last streaming day of the week, all right? Well, I should say the last consecutive streaming day of the week. My day off is Wednesday. Pretty interesting because tomorrow is something completely different. Tomorrow is my year-end awards. Because I was able to beat Lost Judgment tonight. Tomorrow, it is time to talk about the year that was 2021 in gaming. And there will be 3 unique segments of this stream. On the pre-stream podcast, we're going to go down memory lane and talk about my favorite playthroughs of the year, which doesn't necessarily just mean the best games of the year. It means the best playthroughs. Keep in mind that I constantly play retro games and retro stuff. And I want to talk about some of the best playthroughs that I did in 2021 that necessarily weren't the new game releases. We will talk about those. I'll basically go kind of through the whole playlists of the games that I played in 2021. But it should be a good pre-stream podcast, something fun. Then, the first major segment after the podcast will be the most disappointing games of 2021 countdown. Although, admittedly, I think this year it won't actually be very lengthy because I feel that we're going to talk about way less shitty games because I don't play a lot of bad games. I have to kind of pick and choose better games these days because of time constraints and money constraints. So I usually try to pick the games that are known to be better games, and I don't play that many bad ones. There's still some that are disappointing, so it's definitely going to be a countdown of sorts, but it's not going to be, I don't even think I have 10. I think I have maybe like 6 or 7 games to talk about. Then we're going to go on break, and when I come back, it's going to be the Game of the Year awards, of which I have more than 10 games that I have selected from 2021, because when all was said and done, the year was a really great year for gaming, despite the fact the whole first half was kind of slow and ended up picking up big time in the second half of the year, okay? So that's going to be my main stream. The late stream tomorrow night is Halo Infinite Multiplayer, which I hope you guys will show up and support if you can. And I won't be here on Wednesday, but when I come back, there's going to be some fun stuff continuing, games like GTA 3 Definitive Edition, Resident Evil 4, Skyrim, as well as late night streams of Game Pass content, Street Fighter, Halo Infinite Multiplayer, and probably going to do once a week a late night stream of Lost Judgment to finish up side content I didn't do in the main playthrough. And on top of that, there's going to be some more fun stuff because I'm probably going to be doing Condemned Criminal Origins, okay? One final thing for the Daily Wrap that actually, of all the things that happened today, is probably the most significant. On the pre-stream podcast today, I announced something very important. I am retiring my King of Hate moniker. That moniker has stuck with me since like the year 2000 when I was in the Street Fighter community. And it means a certain thing that's not negative at all and really has nothing to do with hate. It's about me owning the hatred that people throw at me, the unfair treatment, people saying I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, I can't do this, I can't do that, and me using those naysayers to motivate myself to do well in life. I did it in Street Fighter, I've done it on YouTube, I did it on Twitch. Everywhere I've gone, I've been successful, okay? Even though people said that I wasn't good enough and always hated on me, right? That's what it means. But people don't say that anymore. Today, most people who hear that think, oh, has something to do with Phil being a bigot or a racist or a sexist, and people try to spin it that way, okay? I urge you, watch the pre-stream podcast from earlier today if you want the full story. Basically, some evidence has come to light that a lot of the negative treatment that I received last year was because people basically were creating this whole straw man argument that Darkside Phil is a bigot and a racist. That's why he calls himself the King of Hate. That's why he has a website called the King of Hate. And here's some instances of hateful things he said over the years. And even though I've been here for 13 years, and you guys know, I've completely changed the kind of content that I do. I don't say generalized racial humor anymore. I don't make sexual jokes anymore. Those things resonate with people over the years that they know that I've done it. They can reference it. I didn't delete all my old videos and shit from back in the day. And people try to make a case that that's me in a nutshell as a content creator. And it's just not true. The last 5 years, I completely changed as a person. I don't do anything like that anymore. And I've also publicly apologized many times for the stuff that I used to do back in the day like that, okay? So anyway, after having this King of Hate moniker attached to me for many years, people just are too ignorant to figure out what it means. So I'm just not using it anymore. My website has changed. It's not called the King of Hate anymore. It's called DSPGaming.com. I've changed all references to it. You're going to notice all these things changing. And I go into massive detail about it on the pre-stream podcast. I urge you, give it a look, all right? That's it, guys. Thank you very much. I will see you all in the morning for the year-end series. Peace out.